Hi guys, today I wanted to update you on some things I've been working on that I've actually done videos for previously, just to show you what's been going on, the progress that I've made. Um, there is one project that I have something new that I want to show you associated with it. And then the third project is something that I had mentioned before, but I need your help. I need your input on something and what direction to take it in. So with that, let's get started with the container garden and what's going on with that. Okay, here we are at the container garden. Um, Things are going okay with it. Now, I planted this, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I am getting growth in, hi Ajax, I am getting growth in the beets and the carrots, and the parsley for sure. Now, the sweet basil, I guess I'm getting a little bit right here on the corner. The problem I've had is I don't know if you can see it, but there's kind of a black hole here where nothing's grown. And that's because a few days ago I came out here to check on the garden and there was a hole in the middle of it. So I don't know if the chipmunks or squirrels have gotten enterprising and decided that they needed vegetables in their diet, but there was a hole in the center here. So I kind of patched it back up. I don't know if anything is going to grow here, but I'm crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. But with that, I mean, this is looking okay for 2 or 3 weeks of growth. So I'm just going to keep my eye on it, keep it watered, keep it in the sun as much as possible, and we'll check on this in another 3 weeks or so. Okay, we are at our second project, which is kind of a companion to the container garden I just showed you, and that is the side garden that I had planted. And this is where I wanted to show you the item that's new. So take a look. Ta-da! Here's my surprise. This is a cage that my husband was so kind to build, and it's essential for a garden like this. Now, I don't know if I mentioned when I was planting the garden, but right along here is a highway for deer. Just on the other side of the camera, about 100 feet away, is the Clinton River. And the deer use this pathway as a way to get through the subdivision. So we always have deer that are going through our property. And if I didn't take measures to protect the garden, they would just eat everything. Now, just to add substance to this, several years ago, gosh, this was right when we bought the house, I think, um, I had actually planted bushes all along the side of the house. Spent a couple $100 on bushes, and I took measures that I thought would deter the deer. I put netting around them. I sprayed, that stuff that's supposed to be deer repellent that smells like potting eggs, which I think they think is just salad dressing. But I did everything I could at the time, and they still they mowed everything down, ate everything. So I had to build something more substantial to protect my investment, and this is it. And my husband did such a wonderful job. So let me show you what he did. Okay, I hope you'll forgive me for going a little bit mobile here, but I'm going to be moving around this cage in an effort to to show you a little bit more of the detail behind it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is that you can see that it was built in 3 different sections. You have 2 sides and then the front of it. And this is a pretty substantial wire. Again, we chose this wire because it's more rigid. It can stand up to the deer, trying to press into it in an effort to get at the vegetables. So definitely more stability there. Now, for putting it together, it isn't permanently affixed. What he did was, again, pardon me, you can see that he used wire ties at the corners, which is enough to provide the structural stability to keep everything together, but it allows us to undo those ties in the fall to be able to collapse this down into 3 separate pieces and store it that way. So we don't have to keep this all together in one big unit. So very grateful that he had the foresight to do that. Now, let me show you a little bit about the garden itself and how that is faring. So what I am showing you now is where I planted green beans, and you can see right here is one little shoot. We might just have one lonely green bean bush. Right here is where I've planted yellow squash, and I've got a couple really good shoots, and I think there are actually even more that are popping up. I think we'll get some results from this little patch. Okay, here is my dill. The dill is doing really well. Happy with that. Here's my lettuce, and again, lettuce is doing gangbusters. Really happy with that. Spinach is doing well. Got some really good germination throughout, so that's looking good. And here are the pepper seedlings. So remember that I've got kind of a mixture of chili peppers and green bell peppers, and all of them are looking really well. Now, you'll see an errant couple of onions that I planted. Those are just pure experiments. I had one onion that was actually sprouting and decided to plant it and see what would happen. And then the one in the back is a green onion. Now, lastly, I have a variety of tomato plants, and all of them are doing well. You can see that right there, we even have one that's beginning to flower, which again is a really great sign. Now, I am going to be building a sort of a trellis for these tomato plants very shortly. And that's in an effort to get them to grow up versus just growing out and being on the ground. So I'll be doing that in the next week or so. Now, for fertilization, I did add a mixture of, I think it was garden Epsom salts, bone meal, and blood meal, and that was in a ratio of 1:1 to 2.7. So I just mixed that up. I spread it on the garden, and then I watered it in really well. So that will hopefully add a few more nutrients and allow my garden to grow even better, and maybe to get those green beans to sprout. So we'll see. But that is the garden update. All right, here we are at the pond, and here's where I need your help. Now, as you can see, we've got stones that surround the pond. And the first project will be to replace those stones because they're I think they're slate, and we put them down there 20 or 25 years ago. And with all of the foot traffic and the freeze-thaw cycles over the years, they've really started to fall apart. So I need to replace them with something maybe a little bit more substantial. We'll see. I haven't determined what type of stone we will replace it with, but it will be a stone border again. Now, what I really need your help with is, what do I do in the surrounding area between the stone and where the yard starts? I am thinking that I will put down weed block and put pea gravel there. Now, the thing with pea gravel is it's very permanent, right? Once you put it down, it's kind of there permanently, unless you take on a lot of effort to scoop it up and remove it. So I consider it more of a permanent landscape item at that point. The other option would be, again, to put down weed block, but then continue with mulch. Now, the thing about mulch is it's kind of the opposite of pea gravel, right? It breaks down, it kind of catches all of the seeds and other things in the air. Within a pretty short period of time, a month or two, you already see things that are starting to sprout up, even if you put weed block under it. So that would definitely be higher maintenance. But that said, it would blend in better with our house, I think. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me kind of show you, let me bring you on a tour of the pond to kind of show you around the backside here. You can see that I spent a lot of time yesterday weeding this, so it's pretty clear at this point. And then you can see some of the mulch that I laid in the background, and that's where I was talking about how it would blend in better with the house if I put mulch down. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? Help me decide what I should do here. Okay, so with that, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And go take a look at the channel. I've got a lot of videos there of projects both indoors and outdoors for you to take a look at. I'll link a couple in the description below to get you started, but definitely go check it out. So with that, thank you for joining me on this update today. I look forward to seeing your comments below what I should do with the pond here and the surroundings for it. So please feel free to comment and let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you on our next adventure.